Hey everyone, Ben from Living Survival, and today we're going to do a shoot-off video between two very nice flashlights. We got the Fenix TK15UE, the Ultimate Edition, versus one of my favorite lights, the Klarus XT11S. So these two flashlights are very, very similar indeed. They both have the XPL high LED. They both run on an 18650. One perk to the Klarus is that it does come with an 18650. And it's also USB rechargeable, whereas the Fenix is not. They both have 4 brightness levels plus special modes. The Fenix shoots out 325 meters, the Klarus 330 meters, so pretty much identical as far as distance goes. Build quality is pretty top-notch for both lights. On the Fenix you have a clicky tail switch with a mode button on the side. You have your sort of tactical bezel here, deep reflector with the XPL high, LED pocket clip, same as the Klarus. You have 2 mode buttons on the back. You have the standard clicky, and then you have a way to change modes. You also have direct access to several modes on the Klarus, and then you do have a side mode light. Now, since it is USB rechargeable, you also get a different color LED based on the charge. Otherwise, nearly identical, pretty much the same pocket clip, same bezel on the front, and just a tad bit deeper reflector, which it allows it to throw just a little bit further, 5 meters further. But pretty much overall, very, very similar as far as looks go. And that's sort of where they tend to separate. If you're looking for an easier to use flashlight, definitely the Fenix is the way to go. You've got your standard clicky tail cap, which turns the light on. You can also momentary the light. It does have memory, and then you just go through your modes by selecting the mode button. It's just going to cycle up through your different brightness levels. You hold it down to get to your special mode. Very, very simple operation. Again, it's going to memorize which mode you left it on. So if I leave it on the 10 lumen low mode here, turn it off, I can pulse back to that 10 lumens or turn it right back on to that 10 lumens. So very simple, very straightforward as far as the operation goes. The Klarus, on the other hand, has 3 different programmable modes that you can put it in. They have an outdoor mode, a tactical mode, and then some other type of mode. I leave it in the outdoor mode. The nice thing about that is that I can go directly to my highest mode by momentarying the clicky. Can also go directly to my lowest mode by pressing down the secondary switch here. So that is nice to have that feature. Once the light is on, you can step through your modes by using the tail switch here. Now that steps up in brightness, just like the Fenix does. One nice thing about the Klarus too is that you can step backwards by using the mode button on the front. So you can go forward or back, which I find is kind of neat. And then of course you have the USB charging capability, which the Fenix does not have. One other thing that I noted is that the Klarus will tail stand, and you can see because of that clicky protruding out over the edges, the Fenix will not. Can be definitely handy if you have to set the light down sort of in lantern mode and you want to use it that way. So it is nice that the Klarus has that capability. They both come with a pretty durable nylon sheath. I think looks wise the Klarus looks a little bit nicer, sort of a neater package. It does have the snap belt loop in the back. The Fenix is sort of a little bit more minimal, not quite as nice. Doesn't hold the light in quite as nice up top, but does have Velcro for the bottom, which can be handy, but I prefer the snap a little bit more. So I think as far as the sheath goes, if you're a sheath type of person, I just throw the flashlight in my bag. I don't ever use the sheath, but a lot of people on duty or something like that would definitely use the sheath. and I think the sheath is just a tad bit better on the Klarus. So two very nice lights as far as the build quality goes. You really can't go wrong with either one. Some pros to the Fenix, I think, are that it does have a little bit nicer beam, I find, close up and at range. As far as the beam goes, a little bit more uniform in color, and of course it is very easy to operate. You've just got your simple on-off, your simple mode change, and there's really nothing more to that. Some cons would certainly be that it's not USB rechargeable, and then the funky tail cap that, or tail switch that protrudes there won't allow it to tail stand. So certainly not a make or break for this light, but I think the Klarus, you know, has a few more pros up its sleeve. Of course, it is USB rechargeable, which is great. It will tail stand. You've got the multi switches on the back here for being able to directly access modes. Otherwise, they're both pretty much the same. Price-wise, they're pretty much the same as well. I believe the Klarus is $79 and the Fenix is $75, but you do get a very nice battery with the Klarus. However, it is harder to operate. It's got a lot more modes, things that you can change up. So if you want something that's just kind of set it and forget it, the Fenix is probably the route to take. If you want something that's a little bit more advanced and can also be set in a set it and forget it mode, and you're looking for extra capabilities like being able to USB recharge, maybe go the route of the Klarus. Both lights do have dual springs. Again, very nice construction on the inside. This is the Fenix here, and we have the Klarus up above it. Now the Klarus does come with a rechargeable 18650 battery, so that's a nice addition to the package. So let's do some wall shot comparisons. We have the Fenix on the left and the Klarus on the right. You can see the Klarus just a little bit tighter beam there because it does shoot out just a little bit further, just a little bit different reflector, but same lumens on this setting, the lowest setting. We have 10 lumens on each. On up to the second mode here, we have 150 lumens on the Fenix on the left and 100 lumens on the Klarus on the right. Very, very similar. Hard to tell a difference between the two. You can see that it's just a tiny bit tighter on the Klarus on the right, but not quite as bright. Then we step up one more notch to 350 lumens on the left on the Fenix and 400 lumens on the right on the Klarus. Again, just a little bit tighter beam. Very, very hard to tell the difference between these two indoors. Then we can step it up to our brightest setting here, which is 1000 lumens on the Fenix on the left and 1100 lumens on the Klarus on the right. Again, very, very hard to tell the difference. Very similar beam patterns, and they look nearly identical indoors. So let's take a look at both of these lights on their lowest setting at 10 lumens. We have the Fenix on the left and the Klarus on the right. Here is the Fenix, and here is the Klarus. Very similar. Again, both same LEDs and pretty similar mode spacing. So jumping up one notch to 150 lumens on the Fenix and 100 lumens there on the right with the Klarus. You can certainly see that the Fenix is just a tad bit brighter. Has a little bit wider beam than the Klarus. Again, both really nice looking, and you can just start to hit the trees over there. Not much difference when you pull out to that distance. Jumping up again, now the Klarus takes a step over the Fenix here. We have 350 lumens on the Fenix and 400 lumens on the Klarus, but very similar. Hard to tell the difference on that mode. Very similar when you get out to the trees. Fenix is on the left and Klarus is on the right. Very, very nice beam profiles on both. Plenty of light there at the 350 to 400 lumen mark. So then let's jump all the way up. Again, Fenix on the left, Klarus on the right. 1000 lumens on the Fenix and 1100 on the Klarus. Now, they look pretty similar close up. The Fenix actually looks a little bit brighter. They look pretty identical in the distance as well. The Klarus just has a little bit tighter beam to it. Shoots out just a little bit further. Very, very similar. Both putting out an excellent beam, and both very, very capable lights. So what do you guys think between these two lights? Leave me a comment below. For me, it's the Klarus. It just edges it out, even with several pros and cons to both of these lights. Both very nice lights. I'm going to leave some links below to where you guys can pick up either one for yourself. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video today. Please give it a big thumbs up for me. Make sure you share it to your friends and family on social media. And as always, guys, if you haven't done so already, please click that red subscribe button and subscribe to my channel for more videos.